one of the very best parts of being a wrestling fan that, like all the other best parts of being a wrestling fan, doesn't involve any wrestling. The history books are full of absolutely banging wrestler entrance themes. Undertaker, Kane, Austin, Rock, The Brood, and we've even just lost some really good ones in the past few months. Aleister Black's WWE theme, Johnny Gargano's Rebel Heart. They just changed Sami Zayn's theme into a crushingly generic create-your-own wrestler rock nothing, but don't let that trick you into thinking that the golden age of entrance music is long gone. With AEW, New Japan, and even in WWE, some all-timers are still knocking around, and after a run of fairly negative lists, let's celebrate some positives about the current wrestling product. Obviously, we can't play any of the actual themes in this video, as that is a one-way trip to demonetization, town population us, but we've attached links to all the ones we've mentioned in the description so you can listen along and, like Mojo Rawley, God rest him, get seriously hyped. I'm Adam, hailing from PartsFunKnown, and these are our 15 best current wrestler themes. And while you're here, why don't you sing the greatest song of all, the subscribe song? You all know the words, like and subscribe. Oh yeah, isn't that catchy? Number 15, Bianca Belair tune. All the NXT graduates have the best themes, courtesy of CFO Money, CFO $, CFO Cash, a pair of composers, John Paul Alacastro and Michael Conrad Lowry, a pair that tragically no longer work with WWE after a legal dispute between them, WWE, and Arcade Songs, their publisher. A crying shame because under CFOs, WWE were churning out iconic hits with a regularity not seen since Jim Johnston's heyday, including a lot of honorable mentions on this list: Asuka, Becky Lynch, but Bianca Belair tops them all in terms of sheer hype and swagger. Belair has been an obvious megastar ever since she first arrived in the Big W due to her poised, signature look, and of course an entrance theme that never stops, never stopping. I'm on my own against the world. Number 14, Kazuchika Okada. A big part of a really good entrance theme is a signature sting, a sound right at the beginning of the theme to pop everyone huge before the music even kicks in. The Rock's If Ya Smell, Austin's Glass Shatter, Edge's You Think You Know Me, and then there's this, Kazuchika Okada's Coin, a little metallic flick that lets everyone know the Rainmaker, the ace of New Japan, is in the building. What follows is a terrific entrance theme, godlike and grand, fast, befitting the man who makes a point of having the best entrances in the industry every single year. It has the thumping beat and flamboyant guitar of a classic video game fighter, which makes sense because look, here he is in Yakuza 6. Number 13, Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks had two themes in her WWE career, and both of them rule. Her first, Sky's the Limit, had one of the best melodies in the business for a time, instantly catchy, joyous enough to be babyface, arrogant enough to be heel, perfect for the boss. And then circa 2019, WWE asked, sure, what if we had this theme, but bred it with Samoa Joe's and created something that sounds like something a Mafia elephant would have accompanying it to the ring. The sheer amount of evil bass and brass is almost comical, but Banks styles it out to create something with even more swagger and intent than before. Also, Sasha got her little cousin a gig working on it, which is very nice of her. Family needs to look after each other. Number 12, Orange Cassidy. There's a couple of benefits to AEW being run by a madly enthusiastic son of a billionaire. First, it means they can bankroll some of the best wrestlers in the world and provide actual alternative career opportunities to WWE. And second, it means they can throw money at licensed music by actual bands. AEW's roster has some true bangers on it. Jungle Boys, Tarzan Boys, a crowd work delight. Darby Allin's I Felt is as effortlessly cool as the man himself, but special mention has to be made of Orange Cassidy's, mostly because I'm a big Pixies fan. Tony getting out the checkbook to give OC Where Is My Mind is a wonderful move. It's a beautiful song, perfect for his character, serene but full of subtle aggression, just brilliant, brilliant. Number 11, Walter. Love a bit of classical music in my wrestling. Damien Sandow's Hallelujah Chorus by Handel, Randy Savage's Pomp and Circumstance, Bryan Danielson's Ride of the Valkyries, although I don't actually like his new AEW remix, sorry, don't at me. The Flairs with their various versions of Also Sprach Zarathustra, and then there's this, the theme for all of Imperium, but especially their Uber Ring General, Walter. Dvorak's Symphony No. 9 from the New World, and that New World is governed by a final boss, and the final boss will chop your fucking tits off. The song reeks of intelligent cruelty and unstoppable violence, which are the two top qualifications on Walter's LinkedIn profile. Number 10, Rhea Ripley. I'm not sure if this will be a controversial inclusion, because who the hell knows what the internet thinks about anything anymore, but purely for my own taste, Christ, this song rules and genuinely is in contention for the best women's theme ever, maybe alongside Lita's classic theme and Io Shirai's occasional theme, Scary Mask, which why isn't that her theme song all the time, please? The vocals on Rhea Ripley's theme are by Ash Costello, and talk about killing it, and also her own vocal cords. Great sting with This Is My Brutality, and the rest of the track absolutely thunders along. Shame the Mania 37 performance didn't quite capture the song's fury. Number 9, Minoru Suzuki. Why does such a big, horrible punch bastard have such a romantic power ballad for a theme, and why does it work so well? It's a beautiful bit of 80s cheese rock, which really undersells the fact that Minoru Suzuki is on his way to the ring to first kick a young lion in the goddamn head, and then elbow you until you become Dean Ambrose again. The only person in New Japan to have a better theme was Jushin Thunder Liger, and sadly that's now retired, leaving this as King of the Mountain. Frankly, if you don't bellow Kaze ni Nare, then are you even breathing? Well, probably you just don't know that much about Japanese wrestling, and that's absolutely fine. But if that is the case, listen to this song because it's great. Number 8, Adam Cole. Who am I to argue with iTunes music charts? I guess nobody, that's who. As soon as Adam Cole Baby debuted in AEW, his new theme, You Know It's All About the Boom, rocketed to the top of the metal charts for a pretty simple reason. It's fucking excellent. In some ways, a tuning up of familiar Undisputed Era riffs. In other parts, its own new braggadocious beast. It's light years ahead of what NXT had him coming out to in his final month, and it's nice to see him have a song that's as enthusiastic about his own name as Adam Cole Baby is. Really great sting, stupidly catchy. It's a home run straight out of the gate. Number 7, Finn Balor. And speaking of amazing theme songs for amazing former NXT champions, quick sidebar before we talk about Catch Your Breath. Isn't it fucking mad that Bobby Roode doesn't have Glorious anymore? I actually checked recent SmackDowns, and even in singles matches, he's been coming out to the Dirty Dogs new theme, and that's shit. Otherwise, obviously it'd be on the list. Poor CFOs, money owes, having all of their songs slowly stripped away from the product. Hands off Finn Balor's though, it's as glorious as Bobby used to be. Brooding, grandly orchestral, imposing like an actual boss fight, and with the perfect hooks for legit one of the best call and response bits of crowd work ever. It would be the best theme music to ever come out of NXT, if not for number 6, Shinsuke Nakamura. God, Nakamura's really been through the ringer in WWE, hasn't he? I actually had to remind myself he was Intercontinental Champion. That's how bizarrely background his character has become, but at least his theme music's better than ever. A million Pat McAfee's can't be wrong. From the moment he stepped foot into TakeOver Dallas, the song was over like Rover, and even though they tried to dampen the crowd's love for it with a vocal version during his heel run, the crowd would not be dampened. If anything, the presence of Jack Black and Waluigi's love child Rick Boogs has made the theme even more epic. You keep vibing, Pat. Number 5, Kenny Omega. The words final boss are thrown around a lot when it comes to wrestlers' entrance themes, and it makes sense. There's a rich vein of themes that exist purely to sell threat, impending doom, and world-shattering menace. You know, Brock Lesnar, etc. Kenny Omega used to have one of those themes, Devil's Sky, his New Japan theme. Everyone knows that Kenny Omega is one of wrestling's biggest nerds and has got a thing for old Cephas from Final Fantasy VII, and that was the perfect mix of choral orchestral threat. Then he made everyone very cross by ditching it for Battle Cry, his AEW theme, but bloody hell, it really grows on you to the point where I will die on the hill that it's better than his New Japan theme. It sounds like a metal version of a Mega Man boss theme, and it's wonderful. However, if you are missing a bit of Sephiroth in your wrestling, look no further than number 4, Roman Reigns. The tribal chief has out one-winged angel Kenny Omega, and that must really sting, but who cares? Roman Reigns' new music is astonishingly good. Probably the best bit of new music WWE has put out in a decade or maybe more. Roman is going to be pushed as the greatest of all time, and if you're going to do that, this is the kind of music you give someone. The final bossest of final boss tracks. It's even got a harpsichord bit in it. No, for real, after the John Williams Duel of the Fates meets Hans Zimmer intro, after the piano tinkling straight out of a classic horror movie, there's a harpsichord section. Outrageous! There's strings, explosions, it's so silly, so grandiose, and I love it to death. As long as he keeps this theme, long may Roman keep winning. Number 3, Chris Jericho. It's a song so good, it's single-handedly keeping Chris Jericho over. Okay, sure, Y2J's a legend, no hot takes here, but as good as he is, his theme tune is a million times better, especially now that he's a babyface and fans don't feel like they're betraying heel-face alignments by bellowing it with all their heart. Hearing the AEW fans sing the excellent Judas by Chris Jericho's OK band Fozzy, it feels special. It has that same tribal joy of AEW fans getting to enjoy something just for them. This late in his career, after Break the Walls Down, Raw is Jericho, The List, Stupid Idiot, just when you thought Jericho couldn't add anything more beloved and refreshing to his act, he drops the second greatest theme in AEW history to give his relevance and presence on the show a boost. Number 2, CM Punk. Doesn't quite feel right calling this the best AEW theme currently going after its years as Punk's WWE theme, but At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Cult of Personality by Living Colour rules. And if anything, Punk's reignited love of pro wrestling has transferred onto the theme itself, making it a true anthem of wrestling triumph. Beyond that, it's simply a very, very good song indeed. Rousing, catchy, perfectly suited to the incendiary nature that CM Punk used to have, but above all else, it made Ollie Davis cry, and such things are to be celebrated. Welcome back, CM Punk. Welcome back, Cult of Personality. And number 1, Edge. Of course it is. It's a fucking banger. Metalingers by Alter Bridge, and especially WWE's edit with the You Think You Know Me sting followed by the storm of drums. Oh man, it was and remains the greatest entrance theme of all time. On this day, I see clearly, and to hear it again during the 2020 Royal Rumble, man, moments don't come much more special than that. I imagine a lot of people will be very angry about some of the stuff missed off this list, but if you disagree about number 1, I will personally put you in the bin. And that's our list. What's your favorite current wrestler theme going right now? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this list around if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe to PartsFunKnown for more silly wrestling content. Jam that jam.